Hi, this is Kathie Bakken from Craft with Kathie. Thanks for joining me today. Today's project is going to be using Chalk Couture's 10-inch square boutique board. It's double-sided, has holes at the top for some twine which comes with it, or you could use ribbon instead. The choice is really up to you. And I'm going to be using what's becoming a much loved transfer called Flying Lessons. I'm going to fuzz my transfer on my fuzzing cloth, meaning deliberately pick up some lint on the back of the adhesive side of the transfer. Our transfers are made out of vinyl and silkscreen. They are adhesive backed. They are multi-use. With proper care, you can get 8 to 12 or more uses out of a single transfer. So I'm just lifting up each side, putting it back down, and picking up some lint. I'm not fully removing it from the fuzzing cloth and putting it back down just because I don't want to take any chances of the backing sticking together. This transfer is actually a little bit wide for this board. Not really enough to get the dots or the little markings around the border. So I'm going to leave them off. And I want to make sure I have this properly aligned. I think that looks good. Maybe I'll move it up. I think I'm going to add some ribbon at the bottom, possibly. So maybe I'll get a little bit closer to the top. I want to make sure that I'm pretty much centered there. I think it's pretty good. Okay, I'm going to smooth over the transfer with my fingers, making sure there are no air bubbles. Notice this transfer is deliberately, what's the word? I can't think of it. It's distressed. Some of the letters, the edges of the moon are distressed. I'm going to be using almond chalk paste, which I want to have the consistency of like a yogurt or sour cream, and that looks good. And orange peel chalk paste. That looks pretty good too. Okay, so I think I'm going to go with the chalk on my fingers. The moon being almond with maybe a little orange peel in there to make it more of an orangey kind of a moon. Or I could actually mix that together if I wanted to. Maybe I'll do that. I'm going to go Flying Lessons in orange, and then broom included, Salem certified, and the border in the almond. So let's start with I'm going to do the almond border first. No, I guess I'll do that last. The smaller areas dry quicker, so you usually want to leave them for last and do the larger areas first. But I'm going to do, the center is pretty easy to apply. I'm going to do the Flying Lessons first in my orange peel, and then work on the moon. I'm using a squeegee to apply the paste. I want to make sure that I get the paste through the silk screen. Which really isn't an issue. I took a little bit too much extra paste here, so I'm just cleaning it up. And you want to remove any excess paste and any lines that you may have. Just put that where I need it. Otherwise, I could put the paste in my jar and reuse it. And as this is going to take me a little bit longer than I'd like, I'm going to have this paste a little bit thicker than normal for my use. Okay, put the orange back in the jar. And I'm going to do all the rest of the lettering in the almond, but I'm going to do the moon in an almond and an orange peel. And to do that, I'm going to take a little bit of paste of orange peel. That's great. And here's a little bit more of almond. I think I might have a little bit too much of orange peel in there. And I want to mix it up so that the moon is just a little bit, I do have too much here, a little bit orange. I made this too dark. So I will just add a little bit more almond to it until it gets just that kind of orangey look of like a harvest moon. I want to make sure when I do this that I have enough chalk paste mixed to be the color that I want, because odds of getting it the exact same shade if I run out are slim. And this is more than enough for the moon, so I'm fine. Let's lighten it up a little bit more. You don't have to mix colors. I just wanted something a little bit with an orange kind of a tint to it. And still I need it to be just a teensy bit lighter. Okay, I think this is more like what I'm looking for. Okay, I have quite a bit here, which I could put this in another container and seal it to use on another project, or I could throw it out. It really doesn't matter if I don't have another one, another container available. I could not put it back in the jar because I would be changing the color of my original paste. And like I said, I'm putting this on a little bit thicker than I normally would, just because I want it to take a little bit longer to dry. And I'm not going to scrape it quite as thinly as I would otherwise. Obviously, if I had another project that I could do right now with this, it'd be a good use of this paste that I mixed up for a custom color, if you will. Okay, now everything else I want to be in the almond. So this will make quick work of doing the edges. I'm going to go ahead and write over the dots. I'm not going to take a lot of care to avoid them, because I could clean them up with a little Q-tip or a little cotton swab. I want to make sure I get all my letters. My edge. My moon and my stars. Removing some of my excess. And finishing up my top border up here. My chalk is beginning to dry. So I think I'm just about done here. Okay. Oops, I missed one little star up here. Use my multi-tool to get into that little tight corner and get it. Multi-tool is great for tight spaces. And the other end is great for cleaning around your jar when you're stirring your paste. Okay, I'm going to lift up from the side, from the edge, being careful not to put my hand over that line. Oh, I think this looks nice. It's a little bit brighter, which I like that on the black background. I like the use of the almond there. Now I'm going to put my transfer in a water bath, in a cold water bath, to get the chalk off of it. And I'm going to come back with a damp paper towel and do a little cleanup. Obviously, I want to wipe this off where it went over the edge. And my little dots right along this edge here. Get rid of them. Boy, it was a little sloppy here, but that's the nice thing about chalk. It's easy to clean up. Wet paper towel or Q-tip. Even after our chalk goes on soft but dries hard, and even after it's dried, we could remove it with a spritz of water and a paper towel. You might need it to set a few seconds before you come back with the paper towel and do your cleanup. But it's pretty easy, and if there's any ghosting on your board from the design being on there for a long period of time, you can remove that with a chalk eraser, our board eraser. Okay, let me get this row of dots. What do you think about the color of that moon? I think that's just exactly what I was going for. Ooh, look at this, is already starting to dry. But see, I could just wipe it off. And now, just a little water here. And wet this to come in here and clean up my tight spots. I know it's still early in the month, but I'm seeing so much for Halloween out there in the stores. I'm already pumped up about it now, and I think this is the cutest little sign to display for all your little ghosts and goblins. And just in time for Halloween, Chalk Couture, for the first time ever, has put these boards on sale. This board is 50% off right now at $4.99. What a deal. Double-sided. You can put Halloween on one side and do something for Thanksgiving on the other, or Thanksgiving on one side and Christmas on the other. Really depends what you want to do. I need to clean off this a little bit. I actually dragged it right through my little mixture of paste for the moon. So let me get that cleaned up. So how cool is this? Nice, easy, quick little project. Not too spooky. If you'd like to see more things like this and some of the bundles that I've put together with current products, please just type in join below and I will add you to my VIP group. Thank you so much for watching. This special, half the 50% off, is for select boards. It's for also the 10-inch rounds, the 18-inch hexagon, all of which are double-sided. The sale will last through the end of October 2019. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful life and a safe Halloween. Thank you.